want to show you something today. We're going to talk about something that I got that I was quite disappointed in. And that is a product from this company. This is Victorian Trading Co. I have gotten catalogs from everything you could possibly think of. When I was younger, I used to get free catalogs just to get free catalogs, just to check out new companies, all kinds of stuff. A lot of it interesting, but you know, there's tons more that's not interesting. This is something I normally never cared about, is Victorian style home decor and trinkets and clothing and, you know, jewelry, crap like that. However, Christina happens to really like candlestick holders, the old-fashioned kind that has like a little disc and a little, you know, part to put your finger through, and you know, from back when, very nostalgic type thing, you know, obviously before flashlights and stuff, you'd walk around with a candle to get around at night, to see around the house and stuff. You know, kind of Ebenezer Scrooge style candlestick holder. I think it's a chamber stick holder or something like that. Anyway, she's really into it, right? So I noticed a cool one in this catalog, which we'll get to right now, right here. Pretty cool, right? I mean, if you're into that sort of thing. Now, all the ones she has are brass. So I wanted to get this for her. It was one of her Christmas presents, and she loved it until it broke. That's why I'm making this video, is because it broke. Now let's take a look at this. Very cool, very intricate. It's got the little finger thing in there. All right, the candle in there obviously doesn't come with it in this particular case, but it's cool looking. This is the Shakespeare's chamber stick. It says, such would lead one down a dark corridor to the cozy bed after the gas lights were extinguished. 4.5 inches tall, silver plated brass, $20, $30 value, yeah, whatever. So this is what I want to point out to you guys right here. Silver plated brass. Okay, so here it is. Broken. All right, and here's the piece that broke, and it kind of looked, just like this. It was really, really nice, all right, until it broke. Now, how'd this thing break? Silver-plated brass. Well, it wasn't thrown, it wasn't dropped. This broke when Christina was taking a old candlestick out, okay, the first one she used. She'd been using it, burning it, and loving it, and went to go take the candlestick out, and it just snapped off. Now, brass usually doesn't just snap off. I got the old jeweler's loop here. Let's take a look at this. All right. Now, the inside, it has kind of a, you know, real speckled look, almost like a pot metal. Right now, you can see the inherent problem here is that this is a very thin. Well, I think it went like this. Very thin part, okay? That's where inherently the weakness would be, right? Now, if it was brass, and she was really tugging on it, which she really wasn't, but if it was brass, it would possibly bend, maybe bend out of shape, but it snapped, and it did not take much at all to snap. Now, this particular piece right here, very hefty, all right? Took a Leatherman file and started filing it down. And it's going to be hard to tell, but this is yellowish under here. I believe this piece is brass, okay? However, I did a lot of filing on the piece that broke. Now you can see in here that this piece is separate from this piece, okay? This was just tack welded or spot welded in there or whatever, or glued or who knows what. All right, so this piece here, which happens to unscrew, okay? Let's unscrew it all the way. So I can show you this better, okay? Again, this looked like this, and that's what broke. And I do not believe that this is brass. This entire piece, this whole arm here, and the weakest part of this whole thing, it's extremely light, and I can't just go by that. I can't go, yeah, that's not brass or whatever. So I filed it down, and I filed it way down, okay? You can see this whole flat area here is where I filed it. You can see how smooth it is. All right, that is not plating. In fact, that's all the way down to the metal, and it is solid metal. Whatever this is, whether it's pot metal or cast aluminum or whatever, it's solid. There is no brass here, okay, at all. So my point is that this sucks. I don't know if the base is brass. I don't really care. It's got a little heft to it. But even if this was brass and this was brass, never specified that the weakest part of it was not brass. Okay, so I'm very just disappointed that it broke. And the reason I'm really making this video, I mean, I want to send it off to the company to see what they're going to do, because customer service, you know, matters above all, really. You buy a product from a company, if something's wrong with it, what does the company do? Do they do right by you? Are they going to replace this? I don't know. We'll find out, but I want to send this detailed video. They could outsource. In fact, I would be very surprised if they did not outsource. I don't think that this company is making this stuff, okay? They buy it from other people around the world, you know, fill warehouses, place orders. That's basically how a lot of these businesses work. It's my assumption. I could be wrong. But it's upsetting to me because it's, in my opinion, a little misdirection. It's a little bit of a lie, right? This is not plated brass, at least not fully. Okay, and I proved that there by looking at it and filing it down, and it's a lie. It's an outright lie. Now, I don't personally know or care really if the company knew about this. Like I said, I really feel like they just outsource these things and then just sell them as their own. But I'm just curious to see, you know, what your guys' stories are. I want to hear in the comments things you've purchased that just weren't as described. This happens a lot with as seen on TV stuff. You know, you get caught up in the glitz and glamour of those stupid commercials sometimes, and you go, yeah, that's a great tool, and then you get the thing and it sucks. I remember when I was younger, my mom, I don't remember when this came out, I must have been like 13 maybe, and my mom saw that infomercial for the egg extractor, and it was like this, I don't know, it was like a plastic base and like this stretchy tube thing, and basically you put a boiled egg in there and you smack the top and it shoots the egg out of the shell, the egg extractor. Ooh, yay. And for some reason she just felt the need to buy it, and it was just one of those things. She never ever bought the as seen on TV stuff, never cared about it at all. Happened to be watching some show, whatever, popped up in a commercial, and she's like, you know what, that thing's cool. She got it, and I remember my dad saying, that's a piece of crap, it's not going to work. And I think she got upset at my dad just in the fact that he was, you know, saying it wasn't going to work, that he didn't know. You know, that she got upset, like you don't know, you never had this thing. How can you say it's a piece of crap? My dad's like, trust me, it's a piece of crap. All that as seen on TV stuff, total junk. So she had a personal goal to prove him wrong. Thing came in the mail, and I forget whatever it was, $9.99 or something, and $5 shipping and handling, and whatever other charge they give you. They always want to give you two things, you know. They give you one free, separate shipping and handling. Yeah, separate shipping and handling is more than the cost of the whole item. Anyway, gets the thing home, boils a bunch of eggs. First one goes in there. Hey, check this out. Poof, just exploded. The egg and shell shrapnel everywhere. My dad was in stitches, dying, laughing. Couldn't breathe. He had to stop. He had to literally stop laughing to catch his breath. And my mom's like, no, I'm not doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Something isn't right here. Puts another one in there. Okay. I think they tell you to like poke a hole in the top. All right, fine. Read the instructions, set up another one. Poof, just egg everywhere. And my dad is, I mean, there's a huge mess all over the table. My dad is just laughing. I told you so. That's all he kept saying is, I told you so. This thing is a piece of junk. Egg number 3, that's it. She threw it right in the garbage. And I think that was probably the only thing, at least at that point, that they ever bought as, you know, from an infomercial. Now, not to say that it's all junk. Most of it is crap. Sometimes you get something that's kind of, you know, specifically interesting to you, and it does happen to work a little bit, but I don't know. It was very disappointing that it broke. Obviously, it was a gift for my wife for Christmas, something I thought, you know, she'd like, and she was enjoying it until we found out it's kind of a piece of crap, you know, and that is a disappointment. And the candles, by the way, you saw those cool candles that were sitting in here. We didn't get those. We got a different set, and I will say that although it's not that big of a deal, I don't think I'm going to be able to find it here. I don't want to waste time on camera looking for it. But basically it was a textured candle, very similar to it. Let's see. Let me go back to the candelabra or whatever this thing is. There we go. All right, actually, you know what? They look kind of like this. They were brown. Anyway, they were scented. They were like apple cinnamon, whatever. So I figured I would get her the holder and get her a pack of scented candles, right? See how it's like very textured and very nice? It turns out that this was like a coating. There was a core of a regular candle, and it was just a simple non-scented white candle, and then there was a thin layer on the outside that A, made it look really cool, and B, had the scent to it. All right, so what she did is she doesn't burn the full candle. She actually breaks them into thirds and then uses them, you know, a third at a time. So not only are they shorter, it looks cooler to her or whatever. You know, I get that, it's fine. But when she broke it to set it up, she's like, oh man, you know, super cheap. The inside's not even scented. Deceitfulness. You know, when you're buying a product, you solely rely on the description, whether it's in a catalog or an internet website. You know, you can't go to physically handle a lot of this stuff. And a lot of people shop online. So many people do so many, you know, shopping orders online as opposed to in the store. So you can't handle goods most of the time these days before you buy it. And that's why a lot of people are old school, especially bigger purchases. You know, they want to actually go see it, touch it, hold it in person before they make that decision whether to buy it or not. And it's just a reminder that, you know, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. But anyway, I don't want to say that this company is total junk. It's not a hit on them. Well, it is a hit on them because you know, it's a lie about a product. I don't know if their other products are good or not, but I have to say I was disappointed in this particular one. I'm going to send this video off to them. Hopefully they'll comment if they have a channel on YouTube or someone who has a channel on YouTube who works there. And I'll give you an update in the future and let you guys know if they made it right. Because customer service should be good. Doesn't matter what kind of products you're selling, whether you're selling good stuff or if you're selling total junk. If you're good to your customers, that's how you get repeat customers. But when people have bad experiences, if you don't help them out, you know, and either replace the product or give them a refund, you know, that word is going to spread like wildfire. And that can happen with any company. So again, I want you guys to write in the comments down below either a company you were disappointed in or a specific product that really did not meet your expectations, or something very similar to this where you bought something thinking it was going to be one thing, turned out to be something completely different. So I'm just interested in hearing your guys' experiences, if nothing else, just to make me feel better about this thing being broken, you know, and wasting 20 bucks. So that's all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of random video. I will give you an update in the future when I find out what happens with this, but hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon.